We got an update on that sick man, Sidney Starr. Apparently, he's trying to file a motion to get a bond hearing. And he's trying to get the lowest bond because they can't afford their bond. But you know the judge ain't trying to hear that. Let's check this video out.
Actually, what just happened is, hey, judge, please don't give us no crazy ass bond. We already broke. We ain't got that much money, so help it play out, play it. Then on top of that, that's preemptive because Sidney.
To even have these allegations and to ask for help is crazy. You should not be asking for no help. You should not be like asking for no leniency. You got yourself in this situation. That is on you. That is like you asking for all this leniency to become free so you can go to another kid. And once again, I'm telling y'all, this is probably the first time he done got caught. You know how many times this nigga done probably did it, allegedly, potentially.
Starr doesn't have a bond. But there was an interesting thing that happened with Tasha K. Shout out Tasha K. Where she revealed some shit that we gotta kind of clear up and all this stuff because they haven't made the reports available just yet. So what I want to do is play this clip because it's very important to correct the story because I really believe my theory and my theory y'all just not gonna like, but it just makes the most damn sense.
Sidney Starr, because I am seeing, and I don't know if you saw it in the comments, they're saying that this is Sidney Starr's karma, which I think is absurd that karma would be in the form of a child. And two, they are blaming the parents.
I don't understand how they could blame the parents. If this teen, this little boy, was in a hotel, happened to go down for snacks or whatever, and ran into Sidney Starr down at the snack machine, it's not the parents.
See, I don't even think that she's in the loop of the story or what has happened. I think the little boy has even came out and told his story, and that was reported back. So they said that Sidney Starr was allegedly following them around just in general because, like, you know, they was just in the area. So I don't think they was just only at the hotel. And then eventually Sidney ran into them niggas and they bumped phones to exchange information. Then Sidney texted the dude to come upstairs to his hotel. And then dude went into the hotel and then shit, the rest is what happened. I don't know what happened behind them doors.
Parents' fault. It's Sidney Starr's fault. Okay, Sidney Starr, from what I've read, you know, followed that boy throughout the lobby, you know, got, you know, tricked him out of his phone number, got him to come upstairs. Like, that's not the parents' fault.
And even posed as a woman, said the boy didn't know that Sidney was a man. And then I'm being dragged on X right now for referring to this man as a man. Said I'm misgendering him. I said, you delusional ass ingrates. That's a whole man in a wig. They took off the wig and they put on the booking male, 5'9".
No wig, no bun, honey. No
male. That means he's in the male jail. He ain't in no female jail. Which kind of leads me to question, did the dude from Family Matters, did he really pay for him to get that thing removed? Because I think that's the only thing that would stop his license from saying female.
No wig, no bun. Yeah.
There's the thing. I spoke to the parents. They are lawyering up. They plan on fighting. One of the sentences carry, I believe it's like 25 years to life.
Being deceived like that as a child, I'm just sure that child is going to need therapy from here on out. Can you imagine?
So for the people out there who don't get looking at two different sides, you're not going to understand this in the initial part. So let me just clear the goddamn elephant in the room. If Sidney Starr did this shit, go to jail forever. I don't care. I don't give a shit. If this person knowingly went and took this young dude, knowing that this young dude was a boy, Damon.
I am a boy. You are not in prison anymore, Damon.
Then damn it, sit your ass.
Bro, and then another thing, if like, bro, I'm sure people can tell the difference between a lot of ages. And I'm sure between the ages of 12 and 14, you can definitely tell the difference for sure. Like, you can tell when a nigga looks too young, even too young to be 18, you know? Like, since people like to play that little 18 card game, I think he knew what he was doing. I think Sidney Starr knew what he was doing, even with like knowing how like that the little nigga might be young.
In jail and kick it with the dudes. You better do what Young Thug once upon a time said.
I'm on that Hugh Hefner shit, man. If I ever was to have to go sit down 20, 25 years, the time they let you sit at home with your family, I'm bound to go get my motherfucking breast dead. I'm bound to get my titty dead so I can do my 25 year with hoes. Have me some fun, man. I don't get tired.
So let me make that emphatically clear, because the next shit I'm about to say, y'all gonna pretend I never said the shit in the beginning. So if Sidney Starr did this shit, is undeniable proof. Hey, there's some text messages that come out where the little dude like, I'm only 13, and Sidney Starr like, I don't give a shit. Cheeks, nigga, cheeks. Then shit, go to jail forever. We just gonna put that out there because I'm not taking a stance on shit. But here's what I truly believe. I believe that Sidney Starr was selling that ass. I'm sorry, not sorry. I believe Sidney Starr was selling that ass, got catfished out the money, and little buddy more than likely didn't know that it had Franken beans.
Damn. That took a whole nother turn. What he just said took a whole nother turn. But I ain't gonna drift away from that nigga feeling uncomfortable after seeing what he seen. But I feel like the little nigga was trying to get some bragging rights for cracking somebody that was grown. And then he got into that room and he was probably willing to buy it, and he got into that room and he seen some shit he didn't want to see.
We just gonna be fair, square, obvious, and honest. Because the story that the lady just told, that ain't even true. Sidney Starr's at the bar. There was a restaurant there. Little dude started talking to Sidney Starr, started spitting his ism. These reality TV stars, they go through seasons with their money. They don't know how to hold their money. So what happens is they get a little upfront fee to take care of certain shit, then have to finish out their season, and then they get paid. But because they don't know how to hold on to their money, a lot of these individuals that do reality TV, I'm talking men and women, that's why I just say individuals, they are in a financial problem. They in a bind, Nate.
I'm in a bind, Nate.
Some other time.
But regardless the bind that they are in, I think Sidney Starr was selling it. That's what I believe. I have no proof or anything like that. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. I believe Sidney Starr was selling that shit. And was selling that shit and selling that shit and selling that shit. And little buddy heard a price, had a little bit of money, and probably was sold like, hey, you know, if I finesse this real quick, I'ma just pop out and be like, I'm a buy. You know what I'm saying? Gonna put on a hush hush. Cause y'all can't tell me these young teenage boys ain't running around here horny as hell. I was like, when I was 13, bro, man, what? Hell nah. You'd have thought I had a goddamn carrot in my goddamn pocket all the time. I'm just gonna be honest with y'all. Them hormones, when you a young man, bro, that testosterone going through your shit, you just like, hell nah. Somebody gotta get this shit. And the older women look amazing. I wasn't attracted to the goddamn girls my age when I was their age. When I was 13, I ain't like shit 13. My shoe size was 12. I ain't give a shit about none of that. Man, I wanted grown, because in my head, that's what I was around. Older cats who had girlfriends, who had cars, who had all this shit. So I'm like, man, shit, I want the same shit. And the only way to do this shit was to literally find something that was older. The sister, though, on Tasha K's platform said this, and this is where the quote-unquote parent shit disappears. The sister said he was there for some football camp, and that's where they were staying. So it's not on the parents, it's on the coaches. Can't blame the parents if the parents ain't even there. If I entrust my kids with the coaches, with the chaperones, with the adults, that's on those bad kids.
So.
But all
What
in
the
all,
hell was
man,
that?
I don't know what to believe.
All right, man. What y'all think? What y'all think now? Like now that stuff is starting to unfold, different theories is starting to sound crazy. Just like what bro just said. He said that bro was probably trying to pay for it, or Sidney Starr was trying to sell it, and bro had a couple dollars to go out of town with, and then he was willing to take the risk to go do that. And he tried to go do that, and then yeah, shit just went down. It could have went like that, or it could have went how bro said. But yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think, man. I still think it's ugly, bro. You shouldn't have these allegations on your name. I mean, yeah, you shouldn't have these allegations on your name whatsoever, bro. No matter what. You shouldn't even be fighting a case like this. You can't, even if you beat this case, you can't go back to reality and think niggas ain't gonna throw that over your head, and you think you can just be okay with, like, you know, what people say about you, you gonna care. You gonna care eventually, or you gonna react eventually. Like nobody wants that on their belt. Nobody wants that jacket. But yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think.